5, 4, 3. Hello, friends. Welcome to today's podcast. I'm David Ng, and this is the David Ng Show. And today we're talking with Mr. Melvyn Xu, Associate Group District Director at PropNext. We're going to talk about real estate, life, the universe, and everything in between. So, hello, Melvyn.
Hi, David.
How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
All right, so let's hit it off. First question always is, tell me about your origin story. How did you manage to get into real estate?
In fact, this is not my first career. I was IT trained. I was a programmer for about 4 years. And then I attended training by Tony Robbins. And then I flew to Gold Coast to attend his advanced training. Then from there, there's a question I remember that caught me thinking, where will I be in 5 years' time? So at that time, I was looking at while holding that job, I was looking at my manager. So do I want to be like him in 5 years' time? And then something said, no.
Oh, that's quite common.
Yes.
How old were you then?
I think that was maybe 27 years old, yes. Because for us Singaporean guys, we must go and serve the army first. So took about 2.5 years. Yep. So from there, I started to explore between MLM, multi-level marketing, and also real estate. So in the end, luckily, I chose real estate over the MLM business.
And maybe you could take your microphone, take it there. Yeah, maybe just hold it. See what the effect is going to be. Try that.
Yep.
Better?
Yes, it's better.
Okay, so what were you trained in initially?
Trained in
university?
I was graduate from Singapore Poly. There is at that time there is a institute called the Japan Singapore Institute of Software Technology. So it's a collaboration between Singapore Poly and some Japanese institute.
Right.
Yeah. So that was a diploma in computer studies. I can't remember the exact words.
Right.
Yep.
So from computers, how many years did you work there?
I studied that for 3 years.
And then you did the IT job. Then you saw your manager.
Yes.
You thought, I'm not going to be like him in 5 years' time.
Yes.
And then you met Tony Robbins?
No, I don't meet him because he's a public figure. So I paid for his seminar.
Yeah. Okay.
So I went to both his seminar in Singapore and in Gold Coast.
Wow, he must have been really diehard.
He is good. He's really good. Yeah.
And so from there you went into the choice of why MLM? Why did you think of MLM?
At the time, in fact, my friend, a good friend of mine, was in MLM, so he asked me to just explore. So I just joined, and in fact, I went to Genting Highland to attend their they have a 2-day event where they celebrate success with all those producers. So I was there, and I learned many things from there.
How close were you? How close were you to joining MLM?
In fact, I joined, but then on a part-time basis. But end of the day, I realized that it is not my cup of tea.
I see.
And then I was working in my job at the time, a vendor. I was in the IT department, so a vendor asked me whether do I want to join him in the real estate career. So I just follow him. That's how I got started.
Just like that.
Yes.
And from then on, you remained inside the real estate business?
I did it for about 1 year part-time. So I closed 2 deals during that 1 year. But from that 1 year is actually my learning, learning path.
Right.
I just flung along the way. That's why I closed only 2 deals. And then I remember clearly that the day I decided to do real estate full time, I think I closed maybe about 10K within my first month. So 14 years ago, 10K is quite a big sum of money.
Well, today's quite a big sum of money as well.
Yes.
Maybe not for you. Yeah. Great. So that was how many years ago?
2005, about
14 years.
14 years ago, yes.
And how did your first years in real estate, how did that go in terms of, did you have a good mentor? Did you have a good system? Did you have a good platform to go to? Or were you thrown in at the deep end?
Okay, my first year I was doing part-time, so I don't consider that as really doing full-fledged. Then once I turn full-time, it's more of just copying, duplicating what my manager does. Because she is doing Choa Chu Kang, a HDB estate in Singapore, and she's just doing flyers. So I just follow her, as in I follow her method, but I do it in Tampines. So I just distribute flyers on my own initially. Then subsequently I hire somebody to just distribute the flyers for me. So in terms of mentorship, it's more like copying what she does, and then I evolve on my own.
So you are focusing on HDB?
Yeah, my first 3 years I'm doing HDB.
And so what was your growth like in the first 3 years?
Was very, very slow. Because at the time, HDB in Singapore, the owner, when they sell, they are not making money. It's all negative sale. Meaning that, for example, if they were to sell at 200,000, all the money will go into CPF. So maybe, for example, they buy at 250 and they sell at 200. So they don't have any profit at all. So we call it negative sale at the time.
205, right?
204, 205, all the way to 206.
That was during the SARS period.
Yeah, the post SARS period.
Yeah. So how was that? You joined us at that time?
That was the most challenging part. Because at the time, imagine the customer, they don't make any profit, and yet they must pay me commission for the service I rendered. So it is not an easy process for them.
I remember that period as a lot of sellers and not so many buyers, because buyers stayed away because of the
Yes.
SARS.
I think in fact at that time, if I don't remember wrongly on the figures, there is about 17,000 unsold HDB. That means the HDB built the flats and then it is vacant for many years. And the figure is about 17,000.
Yeah.
So you can imagine at that time there is no pent-up demand for HDB.
Yeah.
Yep.
So from HDB 3 years, and you did it slowly, right? And then when did you start to have the path towards greater success?
In fact, my first 3 years was in my first company. So and the company is one of the biggest at the time, and they are doing mainly HDB. So I want to do private, which is the condominium. So in the end, my friend mentor recommended me company B. So I went over to company B to learn more on private. So the same, I tried to duplicate, but then at that time, the market is moving too fast. That means, for example, if a unit in Cosmopolitan at the time, for example, the owner is asking at 1,004 per square feet. In 2 weeks, the price will be 1,005. In 2 weeks, will be 1,006.
My God.
So it is a fast moving market. So at that time, I couldn't catch that big wave. So in fact, 2007 is one of the boom time for many property agents. But I didn't manage to
Ride the wave.
yes, didn't ride the wave at that time.
And so when did you learn to eventually ride the wave?
I think after 2008, that means after the Lehman Brothers crash, that was the turning point of my career. I think maybe at that time, those agents, those who make the fast money, many of them they are not doing anymore. So I wasn't successfully before. So I think 2008 I put more effort, and that was my turning point in my career.
Right. And was that through flyers, mailers?
I was doing TOP at that time. TOP meaning that I was doing the Seaview condo. So when the owner collected the keys, I was there every day.
So that's when just to let some people know, TOP is when they get the temporary occupation permit.
Yes.
And they're moving in. They're so excited they get the keys, and
Yes.
at their doorstep are a whole bunch of agents helping them to rent out the units?
To rent out or to sell the unit. Because those owners, they bought in 2005 and 2006, and in Singapore the condominium take about 3 years to complete. So when they got the keys in 2008, they are having some profit from their initial investment, approximately between $300 to $400 per square feet.
Wow.
So there is a high turnover of selling for the owners. So I remember 2008, I made over 100,000 in 6 months. And imagine prior to that, I was making maybe between 30k to 40k per year.
Per year.
Per year, yes. So that is my turning point.
That's a significant, a big difference.
Yes.
So at that point, you probably thought, this is it for you.
Yep, I really not sure if you ask me now what is the main thing that I do that have this main transformation. But I guess it's more of I was getting married that year. So I have no choice but to
Congratulations.
Yeah, that was about 11 years ago. So I have no choice but to succeed. So I realized that actually whatever your mind want, and there is no 后路. In Chinese, 后路 means you can't go back anymore. Then you can only succeed. That is when you will succeed.
I heard an interesting one, which said that, similar to what you're saying, a lot of people look at, to succeed, they look at the vision, what you want to be, what you want to achieve, what you want to do within a certain period of time. It's like the best case scenario. Chase that, and hopefully it kind of motivates you to get up in the morning, go out, chase your sales, and do something. But on the flip side, there is the kind of visualize what hell looks like for you. What is the worst possible thing that can happen to you if you do not succeed? People lose their jobs, lose their car, lose a lot of things. So they kind of visualize that, and that helps them to, it's like having a torch behind you, burning your butt, and you really are running away from that vision of your personal hell.
Okay. Yep. Correct. So actually, I think there's two way of looking. One is using the negative side to push you, and one is to use the positive side to push you. So for me, at the time I was using the positive side because I need to get married, and I can't. And my wife didn't know that I am actually in debts, so I got to just make it.
Oh, very good.
Yes.
Good. So now, where are you standing now? You have a team of about how many agents?
Over 80 agents.
Yep. How long when did you start building your team?
In fact, I started building when I first started in my real estate career, because my friend, they are keen to join me. So, but unfortunately, when I changed to company B, they didn't follow me. So, in fact, I'm in Pronex now, and this is my 4th company. So, my first 2 company, there are some casualty, meaning that whenever I move, my downlines, they didn't follow me. They choose to leave. They choose to remain in my previous company. So, but for me, my turning point is in fact about 2 years ago, when I was around 10 over agent in my 3rd company. I wanted to come over to Pronex because at that time I'm actually making good money myself. I'm a project IC. Company is treating me very well, but then I realized that my agent, they are all struggling, and I can teach them how to make money, but then, for example, in order to succeed, you must know A to Z. But I can't teach A to Z to my agent because might be too tedious. I would prefer to teach the important fundamental, and the basics maybe company were to teach. So at the time, the 3rd company, they don't have training for my agent. So I realized that me making the money alone, me closing deal alone, I don't find much satisfaction, because I see that some of my agents are struggling. So that is when I make my move to Podnext. I took a long time to ponder because I was in my third company for 7 years. I'm in my comfort zone. I am getting awards every month and every year. So actually there's no reason to move other than to get out of this comfort zone. Yeah.
So how many agents followed you?
At the time, only 3 agents didn't follow me, and the rest all follow me. And then I just shoot up from there. Shoot up from there meaning that when I first come over, I think less than 20. So within the 2 years, in fact, I increased the numbers to 4 to over 80s. So training play a part, and then you must have the dedication to build a team. Yeah.
So the people who are joining you, they are probably from different backgrounds, different ages, right, and different level of experience.
Yes.
So how do you help those who are completely new, who have no experience, no network, and they don't know what to do? So how do you help to get them on the right path?
Okay, so over here in this Podnext, so we have this training for all new agent, where it's a compulsory training where they can understand the fundamental about real estate. And then we also have the detailed training on how to talk to customer and how to show customer the value of the agent. So your question about new agent, in fact, new agent are the best because it's a white piece of paper. They just follow what I ask them to do. And usually they will have referrals, that means their ex-colleague, their relatives, their friends. So definitely they will know somebody who want to buy a property. So they must maybe they must market themselves to all these friends and relatives that they are in real estate now. So can I help you in the real estate? But many of them, they have the phobia of telling someone they know that they are real estate agent.
Why do you think that is?
A few things. Firstly, maybe no confidence. They worried that if the person is for example, a relative, and they make a blunder, so it's hard to undo, yes, versus a stranger.
Yeah.
Then secondly, maybe some of them, they have face value. So the face value, if it's too high, then they wouldn't want to approach those who know them. And maybe they didn't realize, maybe sometimes they would think that by just saying one time you're an agent, your friends or relatives will remember for life. The important thing is that they must inform them on a consistent basis.
They probably forgot.
Yes, they forgot. They forgot about marketing themselves.
Well, the family probably forgot that they're agents.
Yes, exactly. Just like McDonald's. McDonald's is so famous. Why do they need to market almost every week or maybe every day?
Well, probably because there's competition from all the other burger joints.
Yes, in a way. But if you look at all the major companies, Coca-Cola, McDonald's, Nike, they are so famous, and yet they need to market consistently to the audience. So real estate agent, I realized that sometimes we forget to market consistently. So we do one time, and we thought that the other party will remember that we are agent. But at that moment, the other party might forget that you are the agent. Yeah.
Probably. Okay. Maybe take it for granted.
Yes.
Okay. What do you do when you're off take? What do you do? Let's go into maybe before going to your hobbies. How do you start your day? Do you have a startup routine?
So I'll start off the day with exercise.
What time do you wake up?
Ideally, it's 7 plus, but most of the time I wake up around 8 plus in the morning.
Right.
Yep.
Why so late?
Why so late? Yes. That's a good question.
But you have kids, right?
I have a kid, yes. I have a son.
Are they at the age of primary school yet?
Not yet. Now is in preschool.
Right.
So my wife sent my son to school. That's how I have the luxury of
so she
waking up
wakes up
so late.
early.
Yes.
Okay. And then so you start running every morning?
Alternate. Either I do pranking. I'm not sure whether they are pronounced correctly, or running.
Okay.
Prank. PLANK.
That's when you're, I know, planking.
Yes.
The core muscles.
Yes.
And you're running. So where do you run?
Just run, just around my estate,
Uh,
just to give me the initial energy so that I can last throughout the day.
where do you stay?
I stay in the east of Singapore, Tampines.
Tampines.
Yes.
Okay, we're neighbours.
Oh,
I'm in Tanamera.
yes.
Close enough.
Yes, close enough.
Good. I run at Bedok Reservoir.
Oh, okay. That's too long distance for me.
Yeah, well, I
It's
think
about 4.3 kilometer.
4.3.
Yes.
I'm very lazy. Really, really, really lazy.
Okay.
And if I go into the gym and I run, at most 10 minutes, then I get bored, then I stop. But if I go to Bedok Reservoir, I start running, and then, oh man, I can't stop.
Yes.
It's either I go forward, I go backwards, and whichever way I go, it's 2 kilometers, 3 kilometers. So that's my only excuse for going. And it feels great if you're in the morning or in the evening. The air is great, no great sun, mosquitoes are around, and it's a very nice casual evening.
Yeah, I guess Bedok Reservoir is a bit different because it's like a round place, and if you stop halfway,
Yeah.
you will be stuck in the middle of nowhere.
Yes.
So you only got to go to the finish.
You got to do it.
Yes, just do it.
Just do it.
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to boast. I did it in 26 minutes.
Wow.
3 seconds.
26 minutes for 4.3 kilometer.
Yeah.
That's pretty fast.
No, I can be faster.
Can be faster. Yes.
Because I usually, it's terrible. It's a psychological problem I have. I cross the halfway line, and I feel like I want to stop. My legs want to stop, and I just a little bit more. Just don't stop. But I still stop. So next time I'll try a bit further. Try and complete one round without stopping.
Yep. That's a good way.
Yeah. So what else do you do? I got some notes here that you're into Forex and futures trading.
It's more like a hobby to learn how to trade. Yeah. So I learned from an American coach about 4 years ago. Yeah, so in fact, me and my wife, we flew over to the States to learn from him.
That's hardcore. That's really heavy stuff.
Yes, because he don't come to Singapore.
Is he famous?
I'm not too sure, but he's good enough to entice us to fly over to learn from him.
Really? How
Yes.
did you discover this guy?
He was doing a seminar in Singapore, and then we attended one of his training in Singapore, and then from there we think that is suitable for us. So, but for his advanced course, he don't have over here. Need to fly over to the States. That's why we do that.
Right.
Yes.
Forex to me sounds really risky.
Yep. It's more of risk management. In fact, all trading are risky because those things that is low return will be low risk, high return will be high risk. But end of the day is how do you manage your risk appetite. You must manage it in a conservative way.
Okay, so do you have a strategy?
He has many strategies.
What's the best way to, or what's the most fun way to do it?
The fun way. Actually, in fact, for Forex, in fact, my method, I lose maybe 7 out of 10 times. But then the three time when I'm correct is the big winner.
So the 7 out of 10 is a small loss.
Small loss and 3 big win.
Okay.
So that is the strategy that we are using. So we must exit at a small risk when we are on a wrong trend, and when we're on the right right trend, we just ride with the wave.
Actually, maybe you can explain to me what is forex trading?
Forex trading is trading between two currency pair. For example, the world major pair will be maybe Euro US, US yen, or maybe Euro yen and so on. So it's trading, for example, Euro USD. If you were to long, means that you expect Euro to be up and US dollar to be down. If you short Euro USD, would be the other way around. Short meaning that you expect USD to be stronger, Euro to be weaker.
Stronger means smaller number.
Stronger means there is demand for it.
That means the price will go up.
Okay, because for example, okay, let me rephrase. So for Euro US, if you're too long, means that you expect Euro to be stronger. But if you're too short, means that you expect US to be stronger.
Okay.
Yeah, because the currency either go up or go down.
Right.
If go up means Euro currency is stronger than the US currency.
Okay.
Yes.
So you trade currency pairs.
The major currency pairs.
And what kind of time frames do you hold them on?
Depending, can be 1 day, but I don't use the 1 day strategy anymore. So it's usually around 1 month to 2 months. Just ride with the wave.
So you leave it for 1 month.
Yes, with a stop loss. Stop loss meaning that if the trend were to go against you, then you'll be stop out. Yeah, that means the position will be closed.
Wow.
Yes.
If you're doing a day trading, that would be insane. You would emotionally be pegged to the stock market in your forex.
Yes.
If it goes up, yay. If it goes down, boo.
Exactly. The strategy for trading is learning your own psychology.
Right.
Yeah. Because the main psychology of human is greed and fear. But if you can manage that, then chances you can succeed in the trading business. Yeah.
So you've been doing it for 4 years now.
Doing for 4 years on and off, because recently I wasn't really focusing in doing trading, and then there is no major there is no indicator for me to go in. So this year is a bit slow for me.
But in that kind of trading, do you enjoy the fluctuations, or are you looking for stability?
In fact, the more fluctuation would be, the more money I make in the trading. Stability, usually I will not be able to go in because there's no trigger signal for me to buy or sell.
Right.
Only when it fluctuates, then there will be a signal.
Okay, so right now there should be quite a lot of fluctuations.
Not really. You let out the pairs, the only fluctuation will be pound. So over the past 1 month, I think pound went up by quite a lot against Euro and US. But unfortunately, I didn't long the pound.
Okay.
Yes.
Doesn't matter because they've extended the Brexit, I think.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, what a mess. Yeah. All right, Melvyn, let's go into some other topics. A really big issue for many people is, and young and new and old alike, is how do you stay motivated? How do you stay motivated as an agent?
Okay, there must be someone that you're working hard for, be it your children, your spouse, your parents. So for me, is my wife and my son. So I'm working hard for them. So they are my focus point. So with this, it's easier to get motivated every day to make sure that you are closing deal consistently. Yeah. And secondly, you need to be uncomfortable. You must make your you must make your uncomfortable zone become your comfort zone. Meaning that do those things that you hate to do or you don't like. So from there, because you must understand that, for example, where you are now and where you want to be, there's a difference, there's a gap. the gap is the pressure. Many people they can't sustain the pressure, so they give up.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yep. So in order for you to make your uncomfortable zone become comfortable, you got to embrace pressure and do those things that you need to do. So this keep me motivated because I like to do things that I'm not comfortable, so that I can grow.
What are your uncomfortable things?
Right now, for example, if you were to ask me to manage a 200 agent team, that might be uncomfortable for you. Yeah. Or maybe going out to the stage and give a consumer seminar, that might be uncomfortable.
Have you done that before?
Not yet, but I reckon that I will do it one day.
Well, it looks fun.
Yes, looks fun.
Just go up there and talk about something,
Yep.
and watch everybody's faces go, wow.
Yes.
Okay. So that's how you motivate yourself. But your wife is also an agent.
My wife is an agent, but then she's taking care of the family. So as an agent, maybe it's a 80-20, 80% more in helping. Sorry, 70-30. That means 70% taking care of the child and the house, and then maybe 30% as an agent.
Right.
Yep.
So that seems to be working very well.
Yes, because when you know your house is being taken care of and your son is brought up correctly, you have taken a big chunk of certainty. That means you have this chunk of certainty is taken care of.
Yeah.
So you can just
Chong.
chung towards your career.
Very good. How do you remain consistent?
By doing those things that is correct consistently. For example, if you know that you need to meet up a customer a week in order to have more leads, then do this consistently.
I see. So how many customers do you recommend that an agent should meet every week?
For ideally would be a customer a day, ideally. But if without at least maybe 2 customer a week, yeah, even if I'm meeting a customer to sign a contract, you still can talk to them, understand about them deeper, so that you don't treat them like a business entity, but more like a friend basis.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. So the other big question is going to be, how do you get leads? How do you keep this river of leads flowing?
For myself, it's more of word of mouth. So like for me, like during Christmas and New Year, definitely my customer will receive my greetings for them. And then because I have a customer base where I'm doing rental for them every year, so they will see me at least the worst case scenario, they will see me maybe every 2 years one.
Right.
Or because if the customer to sign a 2-year contract,
Okay.
they will see me they will see me every 2 year once. And then if the tenant were to sign a 1-year contract, they will see me on a yearly basis. So when I meet them, I will take the opportunity to know them more.
So you're meeting a lot of tenants and converting them into contacts or
Yes.
part of your network.
Yep. Tenant, landlord, buyers, potential buyers and sellers. So I'm actually making a lot of connection to my existing customer,
Right.
so that they will refer someone to me.
But this is something that you built up over years.
Yes, over the years.
But for somebody who doesn't have years of contacts or of tenants, then how would they get consistent leads?
Okay, what I would advise them is that for a start, go for those that don't involve money. That means you spend your time and effort to get the customer. So those are we call cold leads. Then once you close some deals, take out maybe 20% of the commission and use that for marketing. And you use the money to look for more customer, and at the same time you use your time and effort to look for new customer. So it's like a concurrent way of looking for customer.
Right. Okay. So now your team is sitting at 80 people.
Over 80.
Over 80.
Yes.
Are they a mix of young, old,
I
boys,
think the
girls?
median age should be around 30.
That's quite young.
The medium age, the average maybe about in the 30s.
Right.
Yep. But of course, my youngest agent is maybe 22.
Right.
My oldest agent, I think, should be in her 60s.
Right.
A grandmother.
Wow.
Yeah.
How does that
So-
pan out?
Sorry?
How did that work?
I think she's still doing okay.
Yeah.
She was a super goal. She was a super goal achiever in October.
Wow, that's pretty
Sorry,
good.
in September. In September, yes.
That's very impressive.
Yeah. So for her, she just need to reconnect with her old customer.
Oh, she's probably got a ton of networks.
Yes.
What about the 22-year-old?
22-year-old mainly, they will be getting the cold leads. That means go out and find customers.
Yeah.
They are strangers.
But they have the energy for it.
Yes, they have.
Every night,
Yes.
every day, every afternoon, they have the energy to go out to
Yes.
find new cold leads.
Yep.
Do they have any issue connecting with people?
I think no issue because over here in Protnex we have this almost regular training. The only my only worry is that they have no time to come for training because we have so many extensive training
Right.
till those newbie who join us. After a while they'll be full of confidence.
Yeah.
Yeah, to talk to customers.
Very good.
Yep.
All right. We have something in common. We're both working on one of the hottest projects in Balmoral Road.
Yes. Oh
Called
yes. The
Hyde.
The Hyde. Yes.
Yeah. So maybe we should talk about that.
Yeah. Sure. Why not?
Yeah, why not? What do you think about the Hyde?
Okay. The Hyde at
Or maybe you can give
Balmoral-
us a quick summary of the Hyde.
Yes, okay. Okay, the Hyde is at Balmoral Road, which is in the Prime District of Singapore. We call it the CCR, Core Central Region. And because the developer got the piece of land before the market shoot up, so we are pricing it. It's considered undervalued compared to the nearby properties. And the good thing is that there is this first mover advantage whereby if you get it now, the price will be much lower compared to in the future when the developer up the price. And this development is the last plot of land facing the Goodwood Hill. Because in Singapore, it's hard to find a development that is facing.
Oh, that's right. It
Greenery.
cannot be underestimated because Goodwood Hill is so beautiful.
Exactly.
And this literally is facing the open park
Yes.
of Goodwood Hill.
Yep.
There is no high rise blocking you,
Yep.
and you can see as far as all the other condos beyond the horizon.
Yes. And the most important part is that when you buy a place, there must be future transformation.
Yep.
So Raffles Girls Secondary has shift to Brother. So there is a big piece of land over there to be redeveloped for any other purpose. Whatever the government do to that land, it will bring up the value of the Hyde.
It cannot be a small thing. It's going to have some impact on the area that will add value to the area. Exactly.
Yep. And for the Hyde, it's good because they have a mixture of 1, 2, 3, and 4 bedroom. So these different sizes is suitable for investor who want a small size and for homeowner who want a big size. And in fact, they are within 1 km of 2 top schools in Singapore, top primary school. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anglo Chinese and Singapore Chinese Girls' School. So it's important that it must be within 1 km of a school that cater for both gender.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And there's going to be a lot of upside. I think we looked at the price of Orchard Road properties, and they were like $3,500 per square feet.
Yes, 3,500 to maybe 4,000 plus.
That's today's value.
Yes.
And the Hyde is like, what,
Less
10
than,
minutes away?
it's just maybe about a 4-minute drive away.
And it's about 20% off that mark.
Yeah. In fact, it's more than 20% because it's below 3,000 per square feet.
Yeah.
So maybe based on the 4,000 per square feet around Orchard area, this is almost like more than 25% under price.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Yes.
Quite an opportunity there. But apart from the all the attributes for investors and for proximity to school and the Goodwood Park, it just looks like a very nice, well-designed building.
Yes.
It's got a very nice facade. It's got a very nice entrance. It's a 7-meter column.
Yes.
And the back there's a huge Constellation swimming pool.
Yeah, a Constellation swimming pool that is 50-meter long. That is the Olympic length.
And every house in the back looks onto the pool.
Yes. And it's an amazing view at night. You can look at the stars from the pool, or you can look at the stars in the sky.
Yeah. And of course on the top there's that quite impressive. It's a big.
Yeah, it's an infinity.
There's an infinity pool, and then they have this function room.
Yep.
Which
function room.
About half of it sticks over the building itself, cantilevered.
Yep.
And it overlooks, and you're on the 12th, 13th floor. You're overlooking the Goodwood Park.
Yep.
It's a view that you cannot get. Well, maybe you can at Marina Bay Sands, but it's something that you can get every day inside your own living.
Yes.
Your own house.
And you can invite your friends over to the function room, and looking at the night view of the Orchard skyline, unblocked Orchard skyline, it is like $1 million view.
Stunning.
Yes.
And there's no other what, one bedrooms in that area? No new launch one bedrooms.
No. This should be one of the last one bedroom for sale in that area.
So if you want to get for that kind of quantum, you better grab it before it all goes away.
Yes.
Yeah. But we should point out that you and I are actually core team taggers, core team /tagger.
Yep.
In that development. So
Okay.
we're there. We love the place.
Yes.
Did I say tiger right?
Tiger, right?
Tiger, right? It's Tagger.
Yeah, Tiger.
When I say tiger,
Yep.
everybody thinks I'm talking about tiger. Tiger.
Okay.
Tiger. Okay, Melvyn, let's talk about your secrets of your success.
Okay.
So, let's go.
The secret of success. To me, 80% is from your inside. What I mean is that your self-belief. So if your self-belief about you is on the negative side, then definitely more negative thing will happen to you. But then your self-belief about yourself is on a more empowering side or positive side, then you can create many breakthrough in your life. Yeah, I give an example. Like for example, we talk about the poor and the rich. So I don't generalize, but I give an example that maybe for the poor, whenever they open the bills, they open the mail, the letters, they will look at the bill of need to pay something. So in their mind, they will be thinking, oh, another bill to pay. Where can I find more money to pay those bills? So with this thinking, they will attract more negative outcome to their life. Versus somebody who is happy paying the bills. Whenever they spend money, they feel happy. Then from there, they can attract more things to their life. So I call this the law of attraction, which is there are many people who believe, and there are also many people who doubt this law of attraction. But this law of attraction works well for me. Yeah.
So it's not about the bills, it's about how you see the bill.
How you see the bill, correct? Because end of the day, everybody need to pay the bill.
Yeah.
But if you feel happy paying the bills because you can afford it, and definitely you will attract more things to your life.
What if you can pay? What if you have to pay the bill but you can't afford it?
You can't afford it,
Yeah.
then you got to
Find a way out.
find a way out. And another way is like what you told me just now, David. What do you say? You do some affirmation. Yes,
Yeah.
you can do the affirmation on the paper. I used to do this exercise when I was trying to break through, and this exercise really works for me.
What did you do?
Just firstly you must write what are you what are the things that you have gratitude for. For example, I have the gratitude. What's the word to use? I am gratitude. I'm happy that I am able to wake up today. Example. Then I'm happy that I can do this today, and so on. So writing gratitude is one form of affirmation. Then, for example, whatever you want to be, you can write down. Example, I want to be happy today. You have a sucks day and you want to be happy. Then write down, I'm happy today. I'm happy today. Then from there, you can change your psychology from a lousy day to a happy day.
How many times do you write it?
There's no formula, but at the time when I write, at least maybe I write as many as possible within a 5-minute period. Whatever thing that come to my mind that I have gratitude for, I write down. That I'm grateful for, I write down.
Right.
So just write down, and then after that, the next exercise, I will write down the things that I want to achieve, I want to be, I want to have.
So
Just write down.
no fixed number like
No fixed number. It's more like
some people, they like to have a fixed number like 10, 15, 20 times.
I don't do that. I remember I was using the time frame. That means within 5 minutes, just write it down.
Right.
Yeah.
And it helps.
It helps. Definitely helps. I remember having this exercise with my agent last time, where I trained them how to make 100K in 1 month.
Wow.
Yeah.
Teach me.
Using this affirmation. Using
Uh-huh.
this affirmation, using this gratitude, and using the self-belief of yourself.
So every morning he would wake up and then he would write down, my goal, I will achieve this goal by this month. I will achieve this goal by this month.
In fact, we don't write down, we shout out. We shout out in the mirror. Look in the mirror and shout out that you will achieve this by end of this month.
Wow, that's going to be quite...
Yeah.
quite
But of course, you
quite
must...
off-putting for your neighbours.
in the toilet, close the door. I don't think they will hear.
Depends on the neighbours.
Yeah. Of course, the second thing is that you must also know why must you achieve it. Important thing is not the how, is the why. Once you have a very strong why, you will achieve your goal.
Do you know who said that?
Say again?
Do you know who said that?
Who said that?
If you have a very strong why, you can achieve any how.
Napoleon Hill?
No, I think a guy called Nietzsche,
Nietzsche. Okay.
some philosopher. But I also read the in Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. He
Okay.
also does that. He says you must. He doesn't say why, but he tells you must write down your statement, and you must shout it out every morning, every night. I will do this by this time, and in exchange, I will do this.
Yes. Yeah,
And
because many times we are not willing to exchange. We want to have something, but then we are not willing to give up other things. For example, giving up watching TV
yeah.
or doing those leisure things.
Do you know which other famous person does affirmation?
Who?
There's a guy called Scott Adams, like the cartoonist for Dilbert.
Okay.
Right, he did a podcast with Tim Ferriss, and brilliant podcast. He just told how he did all his affirmations, and he started in university.
I see.
Yeah, and so he didn't believe any of this at all.
Mm.
And there was, I think it was a class, and it was this beautiful girl
Okay.
came up to him and said, "This is affirmation. You write it down so many times, 10 times, 15 times, and you'll get whatever you want."
Wow. Okay.
So this guy, being a young guy in university, wrote, I will date this girl. I will date this girl. And he did it. And he got her. And they were
Okay.
dating.
Yes.
And so he goes, well, maybe she was, maybe he was, he called himself a 5, but he was really a 7. Maybe she was a 9, but really was an 8. So he kind of rationalized maybe there was other reasons apart from affirmation that they
Okay.
got together.
Mm.
So then he came across and said, I will make my money in the stock market. So he would write it every day, every
Okay.
morning, and then he has some examples of buying into stocks that went all the way to the moon.
Mm.
So he made his money.
Yep.
And then the big one was, he says, if you're going to do an affirmation, you may as well do something which is incredibly big. So he wrote, Scott Adams will be a famous cartoonist
Okay.
by this, da-da-da. And he did that, and within a couple of years, the Dilbert phenomenon came up, and it was syndicated in newspapers and all over the place. His explanation was, it wasn't some kind of superstitious thing, but it trained your brain to become more acutely aware of your surroundings. So it's like when you're in a crowd, somebody will shout, Melvyn, Melvyn. You know, even if it's noisy, you'll hear it.
Okay.
So when you have this affirmation and you're programming your brain to think about this thing, then in your daily activities, you would come across something which would help you push you along to your goal.
Yes, I agree with that. Totally agree.
Wow. Feel quite smart for saying that. But what a great, I mean, it's a funny story. It works. I think it works.
Yes.
I do that every morning.
That's good.
Yeah. Okay, Melvyn, you've got many, many agents to look after. You've got lots of deals to close as well, and I have to pack everything up. So I'm going to wrap everything up now. Thank you
Okay.
very much for your time,
You're welcome, David.
and I hope we can do this again.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay, welcome.